Hello, everybody, and welcome to the action-packed, thrill-a-minute ride you have been waiting for. This is Let's Play Sunset, and I am your host, Bacter. This is going to be, I am going into this game blind. This is my first blind Let's Play, and I've got kind of an interesting reason for choosing this Let's Play, because this is a very divisive game that I've heard quite a number of things about. Sunset, as says here, was created by Tale of Tales, and that is these two folks here. The game was meant as sort of an art piece, and I'm given to understand that far from being completely unknown, it's apparently well regarded by the game developers community and inspired some different scenes and things like that. I also know that the developers thought reasonably highly of it. They put a lot of time and effort into this game. This studio produced a lot of, as I say, art games, interactive experiences, things like that, and wanted to push the bounds of what it meant to be a game. And but this was supposed to be their game for gamers, in that it's got a 3-act setting, standard controls. They want this to be just a regular old game, and it sold like boy did not sell well. In about a month's time, I think it sold about 4,000 copies, and just devastated the studio. They stopped making games. They're now making, I think they just successfully had a Kickstarter that got funded to make Cathedral stuff for VR, but the development team flipped a biscuit when it didn't sell well. It posted some real nasty stuff on Twitter, despite the fact that this game came out to great reviews by publications and industry insiders and stuff like that, saying it was a real interactive experience. So I'm going into this cards on the table, not always the biggest art for art's sake guy, but I am trying to go into this with an open mind. And I'm going to be displaying my feelings for all of you. So if I get bored, then I'll let you know about it. And then hopefully we'll do some editing to chip-chop through. But if I end up being moved and blown away, then we will see that too. So from this area here, I can see that today we have to clean floors, move boxes, and open blinds. I know that we're a maid. I know that much is true. And that we are in some kind of South American or Central American country. Apparently the day is Pentecost. I don't know if that's going to be important, but that is the day on which the Spirit descended onto believers after the death of Christ. It was the resurrection as well. It was sometime after he was resurrected, and then the Spirit descended like tongues of fire, and everyone was prophesying and speaking in tongues and such. So that's an important date in the Christian calendar. I have no idea how it relates to the game, but we'll see. Also, we were at Harrison College, which doesn't sound very much like a Central American college, but whatever. Anyway, we're getting a piece of paper that says we can be an engineer to clean a guy's house, so we apparently got a raw deal. According to the instructions here, we have an hour to do work until the sun sets, and that's 30 real-life minutes, but the time can go faster. We are in San Babon, I guess. We can check the clock in the elevator. You get a short list of tasks. There are... this is Angela's, apparently, our name. So there's no reward for doing our work, but everything influences the story in subtle ways. And we can either do things warmly towards the relationship between Angela or Angela, I guess Angela if we're... Anyway, and Gabriel towards the romantic, and end towards the neutral. So this influences the tone of communication. So apparently we can communicate with our employer. And so we will see various thoughts, and we will see various objects. That will all happen. We can always get to the elevator and leave. And again, we've got our chores list here. I did have one piece of advice that was given to me before I started this game, which was to set the walk speed, wherever that is, to just absolutely maximum, because this is apparently sort of can be a slow game. Nothing else looks especially interesting. So, friends, let's rock.
5 years at Harrison College.
Yeah.
Living on tips and whatever my Aunt Anita could save up. 5 years to get a piece of paper that says I'm an engineer. Also, I can clean this man's house.
It's the way of the world, Angela. At least when you're in the Ciudad de San Balon. So, standard controls, from what I've heard. Oh, there we go. We had to load up before we could go. One thing I did kind of hear is that this game kind of chugs even on better hardware. My Lappy is not what I'd call a dream machine, so we'll see how we roll here. All right. Here's the apartment. Swanky place. We got, what? We can call the elevator back down. No need to do that yet. Okay. Let's carry the stuff. So we don't actually see much of ourselves doing anything, apparently. We get just a little screen there. Oh, we can make a bed. You know what? Forget contemplation or anything like that. I've got maid duties. I'm going to lie down on the bed. All right. This is one of my actions, which is going to influence the story in a subtle way. Oh, check it out. There's a... That's vaguely creepy, actually, that there's a mirror on the ceiling. I guess we get up just by pressing the movement key. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I guess we can't unpack them further. Well, here we go. Let's set up the reading lamp. This isn't part of my chores, per se. Yeah, you can see we clearly aren't doing this. But I like to think that I'm taking this maid gig seriously. All right, let's lie down again. Yeah, look at that. We're kind of curled up there, and we're thinking about the world. So, this is obviously a very swanky kind of place. I believe I'm on the second floor now. Here's the patio. Nice blue sky. You get the bird sound and sound of jets flying above. I guess I kind of sing as I go along here. Is this a fireplace, I guess, or no? Okay. Oh, well, they might have a party and invite you as the help or something. Okay, master bedroom. Bathroom, all good. yeah, all right, that's, whoa, hey. It's that hands flying up in the air. Ooh, nice shower. Look at this. You know, for the 70s, this is cool. This is tastefully appointed. Gabriel Ortega. I guess he is a muckety muck of some description. Ooh, personal sauna even. I wonder if there's going to be some socio-political commentary. Man, we keep fixing our hair. I guess anytime we start moving fast. All right, can we? Yes, crouch. Tactical maid action. All right, let's get the light switch here. I don't know if there's any penalty for turning on lights or anything like that. Who knows how that will subtly influence the story? Okay, I'm not being fair. I should finish up exploring quickly here. So we got a dark room, laundry room. What else we got going here? Guest bathroom. Okay, that's fine. Can I run the taps? These are just some of the questions that you have to ask yourself in an art game. All right, forget that. I wonder if he'd be mad at us if we kept the things running there. A huge TV. That's pretty cool. Turn that on. No, just turn the light. Okay, guest bedroom. Ooh, more maiding to do here. Not maiding, you understand? There we go. The sun shines bright overhead of us there. So, in the 70s, whoa. This is from Galleria Smith. Ah, yes, the old doo-doo-doo song. Yep. You heard it here first, folks. Man, I bet that wasn't easy. How did you do that? It's unbelievable. I am going to get the best made review. I don't know what this thing is. Is he part of the Order of the Templars? Is this Assassin's Creed or something like that? One of those games that you kids play. Okay, that's the top floor. What do we got here? Oh. If only I knew how long I... Well, okay, so we don't know the terms of our employment. That's fine. Which one? The School for Black Kids. Yeah. So, this being the 70s, obviously things are still a bit... what do I want to say? Whoa. Cool. Check out that. Obviously, things are still a bit segregated back in the U.S. I guess I'm assuming she's from there. These don't look like space chairs to me, but sure. Let's sit down. Okay, every time we sit down, we get another list of what we're supposed to do, just letting us know to get on with it. Ah, yes, the Cyril brand kitchen stools. This is all pretty aesthetically pleasing. I wonder if these designs are appropriate for like the 70s. I would should find either a designer or have somebody chime in. Oh, that's nice. There we go. Now in the broom closet, I can exactly find where everything is. Oh, I thought I was locked in for a second. Ooh, wet bar. The controls are a little... Ooh. Whoa. It's a pretty cool wet bar. The controls are a little jumpy. It's a little hard to control myself. Also, I can't really look down that far. This is the farthest I can look down. I can look up from a pretty good distance, but I have to maneuver around a bit awkwardly. I love the little songs you get to hear. Yeah, let's just hang out at the wet bar. I'm not seeing any kind of time limit or anything like that, so I assume I've just got ages. I can sit down there. This is, I guess what they mean by interactive experiences. You're supposed to sort of meditate on setting up the place. You know, I like arranging things and making an empty place into more of a home. All right. Arrange the pillows. That's nice. It's a nice touch. I think if I could have my dream apartment, it would be sort of an open floor plan like this. Nothing in the study. I don't even know what a winter garden is, to be honest with you guys. Oh, nice. Ooh.
The skyline hasn't changed much. The silhouette's still the same so far.
Roll credits.
But the city has a new energy, and I can feel that deep down. The industrial quickening of war. People organized by hierarchy, aimed at each other with purpose, instead of breathing and flowing through one another like a city's supposed to feel.
Maid action. Okay, so there's a war coming. I guess I didn't know that yet. Hasta la victoria siempre. I think that means later we'll have victory forever, something like that, or after the... Whoa! There's one of those famous graphical glitches I'd heard about. And you gotta be careful where you watch because, whoa, golly. Okay. We are having some mild psychotropic effects just now. Hey, here's our first book. Zoom to collect. Ah, how appropriate. But we saw something about a dark room, so maybe he's a photographer of some description. Okay. Ooh, this must be his comfy chair. Because when we sit down, we can write in our diary. Okay. So we're a poetic soul. We're a gentle poetic soul. Okay. What? Yeah, clues about the tenant. Let's find out about him. Oh, maybe it's those 4 boxes that she didn't let us look in upstairs. Okay. It sounds like the end of that. That's our Pentecost entry. On we go. Let's see. There's some tables over here. Hope you guys like architecture, because I'm not gonna lie, if you don't, there's not a whole lot for you this update. Hopefully they said everything that you do can change the story, and so I like lamps like that. I feel like that's an IKEA thing. Anyway, hopefully, what I'm hoping is that by setting up this place and by doing things warmly, you saw that we could either do things warmly or, you know, coolly and professionally. So I'm hoping that by doing things warmly, I hesitate to call it furnished. I see, because the word furnished means something else in particular to you? I don't know. I'd call an apartment that comes with furniture furnished. That's the definition. Anyway, yeah, I'm hoping we can get a certain story, and then maybe I'll go back and do things professionally and see how they change or whatever. Okay, so you see we have the M choice, which is efficiently mop and disinfect, and the Y choice, which is carefully vacuum and spray a bright scent in the air. I guess we either have the nice bottle or the coldly efficient bottle. Okay, so that's everything. That's all my chores. Let me just do a little sweep around here. You know, I think I might actually add some music to this, because, you know, I don't mean to be an unwashed mess so far, but I'm kind of getting dull for me. That's okay. That's alright. We've still got the whole game ahead of us. Who knows? This is just introducing us to the environment and showing us what's up. And, yeah, we'll see what's up. And I will catch you guys next time when we tackle remembering where the elevator is to get us out of here. Now, when we tackle more of one of the most contemplative games that this world has ever seen. So, join me next time. I say, hoping to hear. Oh, thank goodness. Join me next time as we tackle day 2 of Sunset. Yeah. Do 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 do.